playing with a sense of pride. And how is it getting guys motivated right now with 5 games left and no playoffs around the corner? What's that process been like, and where are you guys at with that?
Well, I think it's a learning experience, for us all. Something we've never really had. Going back to when we were playing youth hockey, we always had something to play for, playoffs or tournaments or whatever it might be. So, that's certainly something you have to acknowledge. But I think at the same time, there's plenty at stake. I mean, number one, you're paid to play the game, and you're expected to play it to the best of your ability, and that expectation doesn't change regardless of playoffs and the like. And then, at the other end of the spectrum, we play this game to compete. It's not necessarily just to win a Calder Cup or a Stanley Cup. It's also just to play the game and win the game, or play the period and win the period, or win the shift, win the battle, whatever it might be. That's part of it. So in that regard, it really should not be a challenge to get these guys going. They should want to compete. It's a big part of the game. It's, I think, why a lot of us love the game. So for us to ensure that message, and I think just remind them that's why we're doing what we're doing is really where we're at, and hopefully it works.
I wanted to ask about Brady Lyle, who's obviously been a topic of conversation lately. People that have watched know a lot about his physical attributes and what he does well on the ice, but maybe something people don't know as much is what he's like off the ice, and his attitude in the weight room, and just as a pro hockey player in his first year. What has he been like to you off the ice?
He's been great, like all our kids. He's been eyes have been open, ears have been open. His mouth relatively has been shut, unless he's wanting to discuss and learn certain things of the game. He's been in the weight room consistently. He's always on the ice early. He's always working with moves late. And this year is obviously a little different with video and meetings, and so we've had to get a little bit more virtual with some of our guys, but he's certainly a part of that. He clearly understands that this is a process, and he's going to have to do everything he possibly can to continue to improve and progress the way I think he wants to progress, and the way we want him to progress into an NHL player. So he's been all in right from day one. A nice kid, a great kid to be around. I think his teammates really enjoy him, and certainly, like I said before, excited for him, and excited to have him in the fold with us.
Last one for me is Jakub Lauko is kind of honestly quietly near a point per game player this season. From year one to year two, where have you seen some growth in his game, and what looks different about him this year?
Well, he's a stronger player, I think, physically. I think he's able to get inside and win pucks and hold on to pucks a bit more. I think he's also a bit more comfortable just being a year older and another year in the league. I mean, he is still 21. I think just turned maybe a couple of weeks ago. So we're still talking about a very young player. I mean, this team we're playing today is I would imagine they're probably closer to 25, 26 as a average age. So he's playing kids, men, 4 or 5 years older. So his maturity will continue, but there's certainly been signs of him being a bit more comfortable with how things go on a day-to-day basis. And then on the ice, his speed has always been there, but his ability to finish plays has certainly improved, and I'm sure we'll continue to improve as we get along here. So future's bright for young Louks, and we're obviously excited about that.